Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You are watching United TNT and this is Costa. We are back with the game week again. Manchester United versus Fulham at Old Trafford. This is the pre-match build-up to this game that we are going to play after two impressive wins against Manchester City and Arsenal. Watch out for this video. We will discuss about what is going on at United currently, what are the players that are available for this match, how do we line up against Fulham, and what is the Fulham team news as well, and the predicted scoreline for this match. So stay tuned and keep watching along. So after the Arsenal win, I think every Manchester United fan has been buoyant enough to have this feeling that we can win the third match in a row after a very, very long time. This did not happen under Ruben Amorim a lot. I think it was just once that we won 2 to 3 matches in a row. So right now the mood is ecstatic, it is flamboyant, it is energetic, and all of us feel that Manchester United can win this match against Fulham. This is a home match. I know our home form has not been great, but I think under Michael Carrick, we are playing in a very different stride. The current United lineup and the team that we have, I am 100% sure that we can go on and win this match against Fulham and have our 7th undefeated game in the last 2.5 months or 1.5 months. We have not lost for the last 6 games, so this will be the 7th game if we do not lose it, and the 3rd consecutive win for us. Michael Carrick has been preparing the team. The presser is still not yet done. I am recording this video before the presser, so there might be some surprises in team news. But what the current mood says about Manchester United is that Manchester United of old is back. And I think that is what everyone is harping upon. All the pundits, all the sports presentators are all talking about the old United being back. Because of that, I think there is a lot of conjecture around Michael Carrick. Should he be the next permanent manager? I think it's too soon for us to decide that. It's just been 2 games. Yes, the performances have been fantastic, but again, it is just 2 games. We should give Michael Carrick the remainder of the season to prove himself, take us to the Champions League spots, and then probably in the summer we decide, do we want to stick with Michael Carrick or do we want to hire another manager? The big names like Thomas Tuchel, Carlo Ancelotti, Luis Enrique, or the English Premier League managers that are currently doing it in the Premier League, Eddie Howe and Antonio Riola. I think Crystal Palace with Oliver Glasner already saying that he's going to leave Palace at the end of the season. So I think there is plenty of time for us to figure out if we want to have Michael Carrick as a permanent manager next season. But currently, I think 2 games, 2 wins, that's a fantastic start for him. The next 2 games at Old Trafford are both winnable games, Fulham and Tottenham. So I hope we get 4 wins in a row and then we move on to the 5th game, I think against the Hammers. And I want that guy who has not gotten a haircut for over 458 days now to get that haircut, and Manchester United should win 5 games in a row just for him. Yes, just for him. So I think the mood has been good around United. A lot of players are playing fantastically well to what they were playing, say 2 months, 3 months ago. So I think all of this points to a United victory for sure. There has also been a funny liner that has been going around that Michael Carrick can be the 5th United manager ever to win first 5 Premier League games in charge. So Carrick had already won 2 games previous to this when he was the interim manager. He has won 2 more now. And I think the current game is what will define if he wins that. So if records go by, why not give this to Carrick as well? And I hope he wins and gets that record as well. But coming to the squad that will be available for Michael Carrick for this match, I think the long-time absentees Joshua Zirkzee and Matthias de Ligt are still a doubt for this game. Other than that, I think Mazraoui is back. He played for the last 10 minutes at the Emirates as well. So that's a very good addition that we have now. The rest of the squad is anyways fit and fine. But the biggest miss that we will have, not just for this game, but for the remainder of the season, And I hope it is not the remainder of the season and he comes back a little early. But sadly, Patrick Dorgu is out for at least 2.5 months. That was reported at the start of this week. He had sustained an injury during 3-2 win at Arsenal. He had pulled up his hamstring while running towards the goal. And I think it was very evident when you pull a hamstring like that, it is a long-term injury. And that was confirmed by Michael Carrick and his staff later on a Monday or a Tuesday presser. So Dorgu, one of the best players that we've had this season, one of the informed players in the Premier League, and I think in the top 5 European leagues as well for the last 1.5 months, scored that screamer of a goal last weekend at the Emirates. Before that, had scored in the derby. Previously to that, had scored against Newcastle and got us that 1-0 victory. He has been in red hot form, and I think that will be a very big miss. I just hope that Patrick Dorgu can recover a little early and come back towards the end of the season and give us that impetus that he's been giving for the last 5 to 8 matches. A big, big miss for United, a very big miss for Michael Carrick. He had transformed his aura, his play at Manchester United in the last 1.5, 2 months, and I think he will be sorely missed for sure. So these are the 3 names that are missing for United currently: Matthias de Ligt, Joshua Zirkzee, and Patrick Dorgu. Joshua Zirkzee is a name that is okay to be missed because I think he does not get a lot of game time. Also, he has been linked to a plethora of Italian clubs who want to sign him this January transfer window. There has always been conjecture around AS Roma. Now we hear about Inter Milan also coming into picture. AC Milan also coming into picture. However, I don't think Milan will sign him now because they have just confirmed the signing of Philippe Mateta from Crystal Palace. So Joshua Zirkzee, even if he's fit, I don't know if we will play him with such rumors going around right now. But yes, other than that, Patrick Dorgu and Matthias de Ligt will be missed for the team. And the biggest of these 2-3 names will be Dorgu, Puskas Dorgu as we call him now. So yeah, other than that, I think we have a full squad of team that we have available. For the lineup, I think Michael Carrick cemented his position on playing the same 11 against Manchester City and Arsenal. And I think he will go with the similar team this time around as well. On the back line, we will have Maguire and Martinez as the 2 centre halves with Shaw and Dalot on either flanks of each Harry Maguire and Martinez. I think that will be the back 4. Mazraoui, though fit, I think he will be used as a substitute, if not used at all. In the midfield, we will have the solid partnership that is building between Kobe Mainu and Casemiro. So I hope they both start again and build that momentum towards the end of the season and the final 10 to 12 games of the campaign. On the front line, I think there will be a change because of Dorgu now missing out. Matheus Cunha will seamlessly take up that position with Bruno Fernandes as the number 10 and Ahmad on the right wing, with Brian Mbeumo bombing up front as our striker. So I think that will be the team that will be playing against Fulham. I don't think any surprises from this team. I sincerely feel that Cunha will start now with 2 brilliant cameos coming off the bench against City and against Arsenal. Arsenal, obviously, we all know the peach of a goal that he scored. But against City also, it was his cross that Dorgu scored the second goal for United. And I think it was 2 more passes, the Mason Mount offside goal and the Ahmad shot that hit the crossbar as well, all created by Matheus Cunha. So I think he's proved himself. Previously to this, he was on and off. He was, in some games, he was hot and cold at the same time. And I think he needed that jerk that, okay, he does not have the liberty to say that I will start every game at United. I think that shock was given by Michael Carrick to him, and he has proved himself by coming from the bench and scoring goals and assisting goals. I think that will be our starting lineup. Let me know if you feel the lineup should be different. So Fulham is a very well-organized team under Marco Silva. Yes, they have just transferred one of their shining stars, Adama Traore, to West Ham. That will be a miss for Fulham for sure. But I think the return of Tete at centre-back is a very good sign for Fulham. He has been their number 1 defender, one of their star players, and I think he has missed the last 2 matches. He will be back in the squad for sure. Bird Leno has been a great goalkeeper for Fulham. I think we will have a tough time scoring past him. And I think their star player, Harry Wilson, has been in red hot form, scored that screamer against Liverpool, scored in the last match against Brighton as well, and got them the win. I think these 2, 3 players for Fulham will be key for their performance at Old Trafford this coming weekend. But I hope that they do not perform at their level and we win this game. So for Fulham, that's the team news. That's a couple of names that we should be wary of. Other than that, I think Fulham is a tough team to beat. We saw that when we went away to Craven Cottage and earned that 1-1 draw. However, the goal that United scored was an own goal by Muniz. We should have won that game. Bruno Fernandes missed that penalty. We should have won that game 2-1, but we didn't. So yeah, that is Fulham for you. And knowing Fulham in the last 5 matches against them, we have won 2, drawn 1, and Fulham has won 2 of those matches. However, in those 2 matches, one was a victory at Old Trafford back in 2024. It was a 2-1 win with Alex Iwobi, if I'm not wrong, scoring in the 90 plus 7th minute and giving Fulham that win, which was a very sad day for United, losing that game at home to Fulham. And I think Fulham did not win a game at Old Trafford for more than 15 to 20 years, right? So that was a very big day for Fulham as well. And the other defeat that we had against them was the FA Cup last year, where we were knocked out on penalties, 4-3. So other than that, other than these 2 games, we have a good track record against Fulham. We have won most of our matches. We have drawn some, but we have won most of the matches against Fulham. However, Fulham's form now is a little scary. In their last 5 games, they have only lost 1, which is against Leeds, 1-0, a very close match, and they lost it by a goal. In their last match, they won against Brighton, a team that has just beaten us 3 match days ago at home at Old Trafford. They beat Chelsea at home 3-1. They drew with Liverpool 2-2 and Crystal Palace 1-1. These are all good teams, other than Leeds, who's right now struggling with that relegation battle. But the other 4 games were tough fixtures, out of which 12 points Fulham gained around 8. So that in itself tells you that Fulham is a very strong team, and I think we will have a tough time. Another thing, and I think this will become a little tricky for us, is Manchester City and Arsenal, we were playing on the counter. We were sitting deep, we were pressing, and as soon as we got the ball as a second win or a third win, we counter-attacked, and that's how we got our attacks in place against City and Arsenal. However, this will not happen against Fulham. Fulham will have a low block. They will sit back. They will ask United to come forward and attack. And that is something that has been a challenge for United at the entire season. All the matches that we have either drawn or lost, either away from home or drawn at home, against the teams that are in the bottom half of the table, 10th to 20th, has been against these teams who do not play on attack. They sit back, decide to absorb the pressure and ask United to come at them. And we fail to break such teams. That is what we've seen. That is what is the last 5 matches telling us, be it against Everton, be it against West Ham, be it against Wolves. All of these games were in a similar line. So Fulham will also sit in that low block, and that is the challenge for Michael Carrick. Now, after winning the games with 2 big teams, how do you break down a middle table team? Although Fulham is right now sitting in 7th place with 34 points, and if they win, they reach 37, just 1 behind United. So it will be a tricky game. How we break that low block is what Michael Carrick has to figure out. But other than that, I think with all the news around United right now, the form that we are in, for this match, I'm predicting a United win very confidently. In the previous 2, I was not confident enough to predict a win, but as a fan, I wanted United to win. But this match, I think everything works in our favor and we will win this game for sure. My predicted scoreline will be 3-0. 3-0 because right now the attacking prowess that we have and the kind of form that all our attackers are in right now is something that we can bank upon. And I feel that we will win this game handsomely 3-0 and secure our top 4 position for another week. That is my prediction. Let me know if you feel the same. Let's hope that all the players have that same kind of energy, that same kind of passion that we've seen over the last 2 games. Chelsea will be playing, I think, West Ham. They can go above us. Liverpool is also playing a minnow team. Liverpool is playing Newcastle, so they can drop points, right? And if Chelsea win and we also win, we will open up a gap against Liverpool for sure. And that is something good. We are sitting in the 4th spot. We need to make sure that we take advantage finally of this position. There have been a lot of games previously where we could have gone for 4th or gone 3rd, but we could never capitalize. This is the time to capitalize. This is the time to make sure that we are letting people know that we are gunning for that 4th position. I hope Aston Villa lose as well, or we will close that gap to Villa as well in that case and start gunning for the 3rd position. So hopefully all this comes into play and United perform as they have been performing in the last 2 games. Predicting a 3-0 victory for Manchester United this weekend. If you feel the scoreline is the same or something different, please comment in the comment section. Till then, keep watching and subscribe to my channel. You're watching United TNT, GGMU.